Hey guys, it's your girl Cree21 Boom coming back at you with Three Sides Podcast. Cree,
Rico.
Sure.
Three Sides, where we talk about all sides of the triangle, good, bad, indifference, whatever. Today's topic is going to be about guiding our next generation. And what does that look like? How do we do that? Can we do that? Are we capable of doing it? The first thing I like to talk about concerning that is role models. Like, are you a role model? Think about it. Sit there, contemplate. Who are you a role model to? Who has said, hey, I look up to you. I appreciate what you do, what you did. Me growing up personally, I had a couple of role models. One in particular taught me how to be more of a lady, more of a mother, motherly figure. I used to use a lot of profanity. God bless her soul. She's not here with us today. But I would come over, be rapping Tupac, and she'd be like, I can't believe my son even like you. Like, with all the nastiness that come out of your mouth. I was like, excuse me? Like, I had a whole attitude and everything. Thought I was a whole thug. And she was like, more smart people actually use words or know how to use words to express themselves without the use of profanity. So, long story short, I don't use as much as profanity because it's not ladylike. So my first question would be like, who were y'all role models and what kind of impact did they have on your life? If y'all had any, because y'all know in our community, we don't really have a lot of them. So we're just going to ask y'all.
For me, like you said, I didn't really have a role model. I was raised by my grandparents, and my grandfather. The only thing he really taught me was things that you're supposed to do as a man. But yeah, so everything that I know about being a man and navigating through life, I pretty much. What's up?
Don't read the comment.
Oh, I pretty much learned on my own. But it's important. I try to mentor some kids and talk to the children back home because it's very important, especially in our communities, because there's not a lot of dads in the homes. Boys are being raised by single mothers, and that's not good because a woman can't teach a boy how to be a man. Do you have a problem with that, Cree?
We can talk about it. Are you done?
Okay. No, I was just checking. I saw you made a face, so okay, my bad.
Let me say this, because what's huge is I asked if you guys had any role models, right? And you said that the only thing my grandfather taught me was how to be a man. That in itself is huge. If he taught you, positive things, not just have a bunch of women, make a lot of money, and have all these possessions and things like that. That strokes your ego.
Believe it or not, he never taught me anything about having women and stuff like that. So I developed all that on my own. It was in my instincts.
So the things he taught you, how impactful was that to your life?
Oh man, I live by it. Even still to this day. And when I said I didn't have, I just meant outside of the house navigating life. But at home and stuff like that, yeah, that was what you said. But that's everything to me. And but in today's world, I think the way that I was raised by this, stern with a firm hand, it's kind of like you got to be more hands off,
gentle.
Yeah. But at the same time, I believe in touching children too. And I don't mean
let's run that back.
I don't mean in the bad way. I'm talking about whooping day behind.
Say that.
Yeah, I'm
Man,
talking about
I
whooping
believe
day
in
back.
touching.
Look,
this is not strong enough.
Y'all gonna you're gonna have the people coming to my house talking about I'm beating them.
You said touching.
They don't even want you whooping them in these days. But back to what we was talking about. I am not a pervert, so I meant whooping their ass, basically. Is what I mean. I believe in whooping their ass, but at the same time, you can't do it the way it used to be back in the day. Like with me, man, if I done something at the end of the street, hell, by the time I made it home, I got like 10 ass whoopings. Every house I passed by. And then you get another one when you get home. Go, son, you go. Are we not supposed to be cursing?
You can't.
I saw Wizzo say something,
Wizzo.
and I started having flashback. I was on his show. Anything goes on there. That's my bad, because I don't normally curse like that.
You was letting this thing fly.
Yeah, on Wizzo show, I saw Wizzo pop up there. I'm like, oh no, Wizzo talk, baby.
Well, this is our show.
Okay.
How would you like to represent it? We already talking about being role models.
You're right.
Are you a role model in your community?
No, because I don't really go home there a lot, and most of the people there, they don't like me. So I'm not a role model.
That
I used
sound
to
like
try
a
to
whole
be.
nother show.
It is a whole other show.
We're gonna let our
You
voice
know
of
what?
reason talk over there.
Yeah, go ahead, Sean.
If I was consider anybody to be a role model to me, it would be my mom. Everybody knows she was a prominent figure in my life. Yeah, she didn't like teach me how to be a man because, of course, she didn't have the assets in regards to that. But she gave me the tools to learn how to be one on my own, and gave me, hey, respect women, go out and do this, go out and do that, and okay, now put it all together and make yourself into it, man. That was about the best I could do. Of course, there's certain aspects of life that I never got to touch. I don't know how to grill. I ain't gonna say it's a manly thing, but of course, people look at uncles and them just to come out and get on that grill with the slides on, with the socks, get their little muscle shirt and everything. And so, in regards to the other question, I recently encountered a young individual, a young man. He was about 17 years ready to graduate high school. Very smart. He said he got a D1 scholarship, of course, that for playing basketball. And I told him, and basically, if college is the route you want to go, please be prepared. Because, of course, some people don't, like, a lot of people don't take the initiative to tell them college ain't always right for nobody. You got a scholarship. College ain't always the right route. So they listen to their parents. Hey, you need to go to college. Need to go to college. That puts you in debt for the most part for a lot of students and kids. So here's the thing: have you a plan, or have somebody help you with a plan and teach you about multiple routes instead of, because I wish I didn't go because it didn't really do much for me. Now I'm in $20,000 worth of debt that Rico gonna pay off.
The devil is a lie.
But it was just wasn't the route I wish I would have taken, because it's something my mom was like, you need to go to college. And so that's the route I took because of what people were putting into my head that I should do instead of doing something for myself.
Man, and as men, if I believe that what will help us in our youth is we bring, you know how in a lot of communities, the church that everybody grew up with, they're shut down. All these, like when I was a kid, man, it was like churches on every corner, and it was about the community. Churches used to help the people who were struggling in any way possible. That to me would be a way. Oh, get some preachers in here, bring church back into these kids, because right now church, hell, all these mega pastors getting caught up in power bottoms, and they sitting. It's just bad out there for right now for our youth. They all the propaganda saying it's okay for men and men to be together.
It's in church. It's gay preachers now, so I'm not
I
sure
don't
the
agree
church
with
would
that,
be
but that's
anybody's
another
answer.
topic. Yeah,
That's more brainwashing.
no
if you ask me.
real church like back in the day where it's holy and
Real church.
Yes. Rico's church.
I have mixed opinions about church.
Yeah.
Just because of course they have gay pastors and everything, but there's a lot of things on these pastors' belt that people do not know about, but
Freaks.
And they also paying for
prostitutes.
I don't know. So God needs so much money. I swear, it's like this fund, that fund, this fund, that fund, all these funds, and the pastor and family living real nice, and you still struggling to pay your light bill, but you paying that tithe, you paying them tithes and them offerings. Yeah, I don't buy that at all.
Men get into your children's lives, because that's the biggest way to help our youth. Because men, we provide structure and discipline, whether you're in the house with that woman or not. That's the number one thing that matters right there. That we as the put back into our children, so that we can provide that structure and discipline, and that they'll know how to navigate life, and it'll make life a lot easier for them.
Some more healthy tips. Be honest with them. Like, especially when they get to them teenage, on the way to adult, be honest with them. A lot of people, they think lying to their kid their whole life. No, be honest. That your child will have so much more respect for you. Of course, they might not understand it, but down the line, they will understand what you're saying, because now they have reached that level of adulthood and maturity where I recognize what my mom or my dad said this or did this, and now I have my own kid, and now those little intricate things started getting pieced together. For a while, I didn't know why my mom had me pumping gas for until I got into adulthood. I'm like, that makes so much more sense now.
But honesty is a good thing. I try to be like, no, I don't try. I am very straight and honest with my kids. They know I'm the no nonsense parent. I know I was a teenager. Any woman that I done dealt with, we were all teenagers. We all did things as kids, and I know we don't think, some people choose not to think that our kids not going to do the things we do, but that's a lie. They just as curious as we were, as promiscuous as we were, if you were. But always be honest with them about everything, because the things you teach your children at home is way better than letting them go out in life and experience it. And
Absolutely.
like me, if my kids wanted to drink something, I'll tell you, you want something to drink, ask me. I'm gonna give it to you right there in the house. I'm gonna get you drunk. I will. I did that. I'm gonna get you drunk because, or smoke weed or edible or something for the first time because they're gonna do it. I prefer to do it in the house where you're still helping them because they probably won't like it.
Okay. Wizzo said college is a waste of money. I definitely have some student loans to back that up that I'm gonna die with. So you're right. So my next question, what do you wish you would have learned early on in life that you can pass on to the next generation? And I'll answer it first. I wish I had known that it's okay to be me. It's okay to think for myself. I didn't always have to follow the crowd or to be liked. And people are going to like you and dislike you regardless to what you do, how you talk, how you walk, how you dance. You're going to have people who like you and people who don't like you. And they're going to judge you regardless. I wish I had known that because I know I used to work in elementary school with pre-cares. And it seems like their whole thing is they want to be liked. They want somebody to accept them. They want friends. And I always just tell them, like, it is okay to just be you. The right people will flock to you. Like, you don't have to beg for somebody's attention or give just to get somebody to like you. Like, be yourself, your authentic self, and your people are going to come to you. So what is something that you wish you had learned earlier?
Mine is pretty much similar to that one, that being different is okay. Just because you're different, you think different, you act different, doesn't mean that something is wrong with you. Because as a child, junior high, elementary, even into high school, I knew that I didn't think like most of the other kids. And when it came to that, I acted out a lot. So most people would say I was a bad child, which I was, but it wasn't. I was acting the way I felt that that's the way they wanted me to be, though. But that really wasn't who I was. But I was being that way because of that's what they expected. That's what the other kids done. But that really wasn't me. I'm trying to say it in a nice way. I was dumbing myself down. I'll just put it like that.
That's huge. A lot of women do that just so the man can like them too.
You're probably right, but
not probably.
I would hope not, because that goes with what I would just say. You should never dumb yourself down. Be your authentic self, like she said, because a lot of trouble that I got into, I would have never done if I just would have been who I wanted to be. But I was afraid, like you said, I was in high school, and so I was being judged. I was being laughed at, made fun of. You see what I'm saying? So once I learned to be who I am and stop caring what other people think, oh man,
like a freedom.
Yes, I've been right since. So don't care what people think about you, kids. Be a trendsetter. Do not be a follower. Because guess what? Them same kids making fun of you right now, when you become a success, they're going to wish that they were you. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them doing that right now.
So for me, there's always another route. Of course, so many people try to fill your head up with certain things, certain philosophies, showing you got to go this specific way. There's always another way. Find a way that best works for you. Of course, you're going to go through trial and error, but that comes with time. That comes with mistakes. That comes with maturity. But it's never a failure. And I wish that was something that was taught to me that, hey, you got this route, you got this route, and you got this road. Which one are you going to take that you best see aligned with how you live and how you want to operate within your life? And then guess what? You have to learn to live with that decision or grow from it, however you best see fit.
That's great, Sean. He's our voice of reason. No arguing over there. So this topic is very near and dear to me because parents, and especially these kids having kids, right? So it's like if they don't have knowledge in a sense to do right by the children, and the grandparents are dying or leaving or gone, and like you said, we don't have that family dynamic where the village is taking care of the kids now. So it's the sole responsibility of the parent. And if the parent is also a child, like it's kind of impossible for another child to raise another child to be a productive adult if they themselves are a child. And so that brings me to the question, how can we encourage the youth to be leaders and not followers? Because that is something that's near and dear. It's like whatever newest trend that's out, that's what we see the kids doing. like whether it's positive or negative. It's like kids dying off of challenges where they would poison or like these weird challenges, and kids are just like doing them and dying, and it's like I don't know.
Can I answer that?
Mm-hmm.
How do we teach them to be leaders and not followers? Learning how they teaching them how to decipher when to be which. Because of course you see kids dying and everything. This is the time where you basically don't follow. That's where you step in into a leader. But if somebody is speaking to you with poise, they're trying to educate you, that's where you listen. That's where you actually follow, and you just follow suit instead of just thinking, oh, I know everything, I'm going to lead myself. No, you can't do everything alone. Sometimes you're gonna fall into those moments where you have to follow. You follow your teachers when they're educating you. You follow your parents when they're trying to teach you as best as they can. And then it's what they're shaping you into being a leader. But even when you're a leader, you're still gonna have those moments where you have to sit back, listen, and become a student.
Oh, and there's a saying too that says, all good leaders were great followers.
Yes.
So there is a time.
For me, it kind of goes along with what he said. It's just, but for me, I would think it starts when they're young, when they're kids, because we can teach them from the child. You can tell them, start having them look in the mirror and say, I am this, I am confident, I am humble, I am beautiful, whatever it is. And you reinforcing these standards, and as they grow, letting them know, hey, don't do what other people do. You set the standard. You do right. Just because one person does this doesn't mean you have to do it. Get them to come over here to your side, because it's easy to pull somebody down than it is to pull somebody up with you and where you're going. So you set the standard, enforce it in them as a child, which is what I'm trying to do with a 3-year-old granddaughter that we keep. But that's how I like today's topics, because a lot of it I can relate to. But yeah, it starts right then.
He just had an epiphany.
Yeah, I did. A lot
Right
of
in the middle of his
I've been able to like personal things to them, because man, like I realized after I got out of the military and raising this 3-year-old that I missed out on a lot when it comes to my children, and being around this 3, like I missed on all of it. I didn't raise any of my kids,
And they are like, it's just like they are so easily influenced
yes,
by everything. I swear. And I read a post on Facebook that said, get in the habit of teaching your girls to being fully clothed is beautiful. Like, so
yeah,
if you go out, like when we go to Taqueria, like when
Yes.
you see the younger generation come in there,
They
it's like
naked.
they have the bare minimum amount of clothes on, and then they wonder why people are staring at them,
Yeah.
or Google-eyeing them like,
yeah,
what do you expect? You showing all your flesh.
yeah. They
So-
no room for imagination.
It's huge to start when they are children. Like you definitely hit it on the head.
Yeah.
Starting with children, having them thinking for themselves, and
Yeah.
you as a parent not trying to control their decisions either, because sometimes you got to let them make the wrong decision so they can see there are consequences for every
Yeah.
decision that you make.
Let them burn their hand to know that hey, that's hot.
I got an example.
Mhm.
So pretty much my whole life, I've been a team captain, JRTC, the commander, the leader. And so my very senior year, I was team captain of our high school soccer team. Went over to a city league team. I'm not captain anymore. So that put me in a whole different role where it's like, all right, now I got to learn how to follow instead of just being, okay, top dog and everything. And that actually humbled me, because it's like, all right, it's certain leadership styles that work for certain places that you can't apply to every single place.
Mhm.
That applies to people. Being in the military, like being one way of leading, yeah, because everybody's different. Everybody don't respond to you. I'm gonna yell at you and all that, because
Mhm.
that's what you pretty much taught a lot of the military. You want to be rough and handle all that, but man, that's because that's what the people done to us. But over time, I realized some of them you get to yelling at, hell, you don't get anything out of them. They shut down. Some of them is like, oh man, I don't want Sarge yelling at me and all this. Or some of them you make them do push-ups. But it's different things for what to say, different strokes for different folks. But everybody has a way of being reached. You just got to find it in these youth. I'll just say that.
And my final question would be, how do your personal day reflect the type of example you want to set for the young people?
Oh, let me get that for real quick.
Answer it
Oh,
first.
okay.
He said real quick. So my personal choices today is, it doesn't matter who I come into contact with, I'm going to always encourage them to be their authentic self. That's like so huge for me, because some people don't even know who they are. So they trying to be like this person or that person, and it's growing jealousy, envy, and strife in them, and they don't even know it. So find out what it is you like, what you desire, who you want to be, and live that. Live your own truth, regardless of outside people. I'm telling everybody that. I'm showing that, and I'm also learning to lead with love, like, and not be judgmental of myself. Because sometimes I say things I know that can come across as negative, and I'll be the first to apologize. So, like, I'm also teaching and preaching that. Like, if you wrong somebody, even if you don't feel like you wrong them, if they came and told you that they felt a certain type of way, just apologize. It's not gonna do no harm to mend that.
And don't throw that if I offended you
Right.
offended them. Like,
Right. If a person tell you that,
They did.
just trust them and just do.
Don't make it about you.
Yes. And
Yeah.
a lot of people, I used to be guilty of that. I'm still guilty of that to some extent. So that's one of the things that I'm practicing as well. Leading with love. So
Ask me the question again.
how do your personal choices today reflect the type of example you want to set for the young people?
I would say be more accountable. If like what you were just saying, own it. If you done wrong, own it. If you done right, be more accountable. As far as
Are you accountable?
I try to be. If I'm not, you tell me.
I'm not gonna be partying with you this weekend.
And I like that though. I like that because we as people, most people don't see their own faults. I like being around people who correct me because I want to be the best Rico that I can be.
Those are true friends.
And exactly. Like I told you, I have a cousin who mad at me now, but just because I told her the truth. That's dumb as hell. But yeah, just be accountable, kids, and people out there. If you, the adult, show that you can be accountable, you can apologize, lead by example. Don't say do as I say, not as I do. And you lead by example. You can set the tone for your descendants, how they move and navigate through life. In Rico's opinion.
For me, I try to present myself in a manner where I'm approachable. Even though like my face brush probably I'm saying like in the way I dress, in the way that I operate, in the way that I talk, because I don't know who I'm meeting. And guess what? That helps people down the line. Even younger individuals, they might see it's a reason why he's doing this. If they take into what, like, because you don't know who you might network with, you don't know who might advance your life, give you a job offer. So I try to present myself in a way where I'm approachable. I might smell nice. That's one of my biggest things. I take care of my hygiene, and guess what? That's also something I want younger people to start doing. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Make sure that now my eating habits need work.
Yes,
that's something that you don't not ever want to take except for me for. But that's a personal choice that I don't want you to take. But in regards to how you present yourself, how you respect yourself out in public, it does go a very long way.
All right, I appreciate that. Now we're going to wrap it up, giving final thoughts, and mine's is short and simple. It is be yourself. If you need help, you don't know what you like or how to find yourself, don't just cling to the next best thing, because I promise you, it's better to be a leader than a follower all day long.
For the men that look like me, in the words of Keith Wallace, each one reach one, and when you reach one, you teach one, and then just keep passing it on, pay it forward.
I like it.
Recognize the decisions in your life are not everlasting unless you make them be.
All right.
I love that one too.
Yes.
All right, that's another episode of Three Sides.
3 Sides.
Hit my knee.
My bad. My knee over here, y'all.
And we out. But don't go away. We got one more episode coming to y'all soon. Peace.